Hi friends, welcome back to the Latina garden. Today we are here early morning. It is around 7 in the morning, I think. And I am trying to get some gardening stuff done this morning. It is really hot. We are in mid-July and we have been in 100 and plus degree weather almost all week long. So the gardening time for me would be I either have to do it early in the morning, which sometimes can be really hard because I have kids, and so they, I need to feed them breakfast. I need to, get them ready and whatnot. Or they just want me to sit there with them. But it's either that or I do it in the evening after dinner, and even then they still come out here because they just want to be around, and especially when I'm doing my videos. So today we are going to be harvesting some seeds. I have some stock flowers that have gone to seed, and I have some bells of Ireland that I had picked earlier this season, late spring, that have gone to seed, and so I need to harvest those. And then I also have some larkspur that grew in my garden that I have no idea how it got there. I did not plant any larkspur seed. The only thing I can think of is last year I did plant a mix of spring seeds, and I got some cosmos. I didn't get any larkspur last year though, so I'm thinking maybe there were some larkspur seeds in that packet and then they just grew this year. But interestingly enough, I did not get any cosmos, so I don't know, go figure. But they have gone to seed now, so I want to harvest those. I thought they were really beautiful. I really like the flower. It reminds me of the delphinium, they're actually part of the same family. But so yeah, we're gonna harvest those seeds, and I hope you join me. Thank you for watching. So I wanted to show my larkspur. This is my beautiful purple larkspur. I also have it in a couple of other spots in my garden, and I have it I've gotten white and I've gotten some pink ones. So I am going to harvest. This is the stalk pods. So once they bloom, you see these long green pods growing out, and they change colors, and then once they look super dry and dead, it is time to harvest them. They are ready. So we are going to harvest those. I'm excited. And we're also going to harvest my larkspur back here, which you see that they also have little pods with seeds in them, and those are all drying up as well. So we are going to harvest those too today. So to harvest my seeds, I am using an Ace box here that I got from the garden center last week from my shopping. So I love it when they give me a box because it comes in handy. It's so useful for a lot of different things in the garden. And also gonna use some clippers here to cut these branches.
Stock prefers cool weather for best blooms and stem strength.
So I'm just following the stem where the green starts to harvest these.
The best time to direct sow would be late fall or very early spring.
I'm also realizing I have a lot of poppy pods down here, which I think they've all split open and have reseeded itself. So we will have poppies next spring, next year as well. Look at all these pods that I've opened. I missed them. I didn't come back here to trim any of it. I have started taking some of it out out because it was just super overtaking this whole area. So I kind of felt that it's done its service and it's time for a change. I want to get some more zinnias in here.
You want to make sure you sow them in full sun with good drainage and then thin them from 6 to 10 inches apart. You want to consider succession planting every 2 to 3 weeks for a longer bloom season.
I would like to point out, so this is the seed pod, and they turn like from green to this really pretty purple color. So they're quite pretty to look at as the plant is going through the life cycle. It is so pretty. So these are all stock seeds from just this little section here. I've cleaned this up. You can see I cut up all the dead branches. It's looking so nice now. I'm pretty sure this stalk is all white stalk, but I'm not sure, so Thank you. I know, but I don't need this right now. Thank you. No, it'd be nice. Nice. This is going to go in there, and we are going to harvest all this for seeds. So I'm not going to go all the way down because it still has a green leaf here. I'm hoping that it will start to get green again and we can bring it back. Okay. Look at all that. So this is my harvest for all my stock, which is quite a lot. So let's open these up and let's bag them. Okay, so now to harvest my Larkspur, I am going to have to climb behind it to get to it. So I'm not sure if you could hear this, but if I shake them, they make a rattling sound. And so I'm not sure how many are in here. Some of them I already see are empty pods, but these are the little pods that from the flowers that they grow their seed. So I'm gonna cut them by the stem and throw them in here, and hopefully, let's see how much Larkspur seed we get.
Larkspur seed needs to be cold stratification, which means the seed needs to be chilled before planting. So you can pop them in your fridge for 2 to 4 weeks before sowing in early spring or in the fall. A pro tip, you want to label your seeds with the harvest date. Larkspur seeds stay viable for about 1 to 2 years. For warm climate areas like mine in Zone 9, you want to direct sow your seeds in the late fall, which would be around October, November. And don't forget to do cold stratification a few weeks prior too. Larkspur is a hardy annual that thrives with winter chilling. You want to make sure you direct sow where you want them. These usually don't transplant well. You want to pick an area of full sun with well-draining soil. Saving seeds is one of my favorite ways to make gardening more affordable and sustainable. I hope this video is helping you feel confident collecting your own seeds. Please let me know in the comments which flower seeds have you collected.
So here's my harvest for my Larkspur. I have all these pods in here. And then this is what my Larkspur looks after I've trimmed it. So hopefully it will bloom again. Fingers crossed, we'll see. It does get some shade and some sun, so it's not in full sun here. But we'll see if it continues to bloom. I do need to fertilize this whole garden bed, which I'm gonna do today as well.
For storing and labeling seeds, you want to make sure you use a breathable container like a coin envelope or a small paper bag. You want to make sure that you store them in a cool, dry, dark place. And always label your plants the name and the harvest month with the year so that you can keep track of when they were harvested and how long they will be viable for. For bells of Ireland, you might want to use some gloves. They do have these tiny spines that can be prickly. You want to make sure that you harvest them when they are papery and light brown. The best time to direct sow would be in the fall for spring blooms in mid-climates like Zone 9, or very early spring sometime between January and February if winters are very slightly colder. Bells of Ireland prefer cool weather to germinate and grow. Cold stratify seeds in the refrigerator for 1 to 2 weeks before sowing. You can sow shallowly. Light helps germinate. And you can thin your seeds 8 to 12 inches apart. I normally will just throw these seeds in the pot. I don't even cover them.
So these are my Bells of Ireland seeds, and you just kind of squeeze the bottom and they just kind of fly out. So I like doing this. It is a little therapeutic, but I also like the smell. It has like a little bit of a minty scent, which I find quite pleasant. But you want to, when you're harvesting the Bells of Ireland, you do want to make sure that the seeds are this like darker brown color. That tells you don't harvest it when it's green. They need to go through the life cycle. They need to mature, and you want them brown. And these are all my Bells of Ireland seeds. I will add it to my current stock. So these are the Larkspur seeds, and this is all just from one single pod. It was completely closed, and I opened it up and a bunch of seeds were in there. Some of these pods already are opened, and so they don't have as many seeds in it, but you can see that with one plant, you can get a lot of seeds out of it, and you can use them for next season. So you can see these are the little pods that grow from the flowers. So each one of these was a flower, and then it grows this little pod that has all the seeds. So this one is green, and so when it's green, the seeds are not very good. They need to go through the life cycle. They need to dry up, but once they're dried like this, then you want to cut them to harvest. But just so that you guys can see what it looks like when they're still green. So these are all of my Larkspur seeds that I harvested. And then I found a couple of the poppies were ready to be harvested. So I also took just a couple of those. wasn't really intending to harvest these, but they are a bunch of seeds per pod, and they're easy to grow as well. Low maintenance, super easy. And these are my stock seeds. So I have a bunch of stock seeds. I still have a lot more to go through. Slowly but surely, I will get them all done. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and save these. I got these from Amazon's, and I think that they do the job. I will put what the type of seeds they are, the date I collected them, and everything on there. And then I have my little seed box that I got from Target. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. As always, sow love, grow joy, and stay rooted. Bye.